Hey guys, it's Little Fatal coming at you one more time. I have an awesome book review. Today is Wednesday. It is the month of March, so yay. I had a birthday, so thanks for all the birthday shout outs and the birthday wishes. It was a great birthday. Let's see, for starters, you see my hair is different, more of a little protective style. So I'll show you the back, and this is the front, and this is the first time you guys actually seeing my hair itself out. I'm doing a whole new regimen as far as doing my hair. My 6 months was up in March for my birthday, yay. So I did do a relaxer. I did a designer essentials, thumbs up, relaxer. It was really good. So I won't relax again until, I want to say August. August will be my 6 months. And so that's all I'm doing as far as hair goes. I haven't purchased any new hair. I haven't gotten any new makeup, so I don't have any more hauls right now. But I do have an awesome book review. So let's get started. I read Shorty Like Mine by SIMONE. This book was so awesome. It was a one-night read. I picked it up and I was doing some schoolwork, and I said, well, you know, I'm tired of doing schoolwork. I really just want something to kind of get my mind off of things and just, you know, a fun read and a quick read. And this was the ticket. SIMONE is so awesome. I know that this is more geared towards teens, but if you are a woman, if you are a young man, and you can relate to this book. This book was relatable. It was easy to read. I loved it because there wasn't a lot of cursing and profanity. The physical scenes that are in the book, which aren't very many, weren't over the top. It left something to the imagination. It gave you something without giving you too much. This book can relate to mothers. If you're a mother and you have a teenage daughter and you're looking to kind of get into their world, start reading some of her books because it touches on a lot of things. It brought me back to my teenage days and my years of being a teenager and feeling I wasn't loved and people didn't understand me. This book was so great. And this book is part of a series. And this book tells you about Toy, and this book tells you about Seven. Her name is Seven, and Seven is the main character in the book. And it talks about that girlfriend, sister love, and that friendship between friends, and the jealousy and envy and different things like that. So this book was so great. In the beginning of the book starts off really good. It tells you a little bit without giving you too much. It keeps you wanting to read, which is, I love books that are like that. A lot of the authors that I read, they have the great build-up, and I love that about a great book. A book that can capture me in the first chapter. If I'm not caught, if you can't capture me in the first chapter, if you can't grab my attention, get my focus in on the first chapter, if I can't identify the main characters and what's going on in the first chapter, I'm not going to read a book. This book is awesome. My girls are 11 and 9, so they're a little too young for this. But when Brianna hits 12 next year, I'm going to start giving her some of these books to read, because it starts off with the whole view. You get a view of every character's life and perception and how they they're dealing with the problems that are going on. I don't want it to be so much of a spoiler, so I'm not going to give you the full details of the book because I want you guys to pick it up and read it. Really, really good book. I got this one in Barnes & Nobles, and I paid $9 for it. I usually get a lot of books from Walmart, Barnes & Nobles. Of course, you guys heard my book, A Million Horror Stories, so I don't have a book of millions anymore. But I definitely pick it up. And again, yes, it is geared towards teens. If you're looking for something that's going to have a lot of cursing, a lot of sex, this isn't going to be for you. But if you're looking for something to kind of break up the monotony of what you do read, this would be an awesome book. So shout out to Nina Simone because this is an awesome book. I'm kind of reading the series in backwards or reverse, which you guys know I'm good for that. I started reading Teenage Love Affair, and I thought that was the first book, but I was so wrong. It actually wasn't. Teenage Love Affair deals with Seven and Toy's other family, their other side of their family. And so I'm kind of getting myself familiar with the whole family. So I'm reading this. I read this last night. I read the whole entire book, cover to cover, last night. One read. So that would be on a Tuesday night after the game, which was awesome, by the way. I read this. And I was done with it by... I want to say I started around 2 my soaps go off at 2 a.m. So I started around 2:30, 2 o'clock, 2:30. And I was finished with it by 9 o'clock in the morning. So, and that's between stopping, getting the kids on the bus and all that kind of good stuff. But this is a great, great book. So shout out to Nina Simone because you did an awesome job. Some of the characters really quickly. Okay, Seven is the main character. She's what they call a big girl, or what she calls herself, a big girl. And she's in love with the high school basketball star, but her friend is dating him. And her friend plays him, and it just kind of goes between how she just loves this guy, and she's in love with him, but she doesn't feel that she can get him because she's not like her other friends. She's not a size 10 or a size 9. She's a size 14. And it just tells and details how she goes through this love, the love of her life, how she goes through dealing with this feeling of love that she has for him, but not wanting to tell him because she doesn't feel like she's worthy enough to have his love. I'm back. My camera died. Sorry. So as I was saying, I left off talking about Seven and how she finds the love of her life. And then the book also talks about Toy, her sister, who falls in love with this, who's also 16, they're twins, and she falls in love with this guy who's 21 and she's of course 16, and he's like the drug dealer, and she ultimately gets pregnant, and it goes through a little bit of her story and her struggle, but it pretty much leaves off at that, her giving birth and stuff like that. Like I said, I don't want it to be a spoiler, so I'm not going to give you the full details, but that's a little bit basically about the book. Again, it is Shorty Like Mine. My name is Simone, and great book. My next book that I'm currently going to pick up in the next hour or so is going to be If I Was Your Girl, and this tells about Toy's story. And it gives you further detail into Toy and how her life is, being a single mother and having a baby at 16 and having to pay bills and different things like that. So my next review will be on this book. Hope you guys can see that. And we'll see how this one is. This is Little Fatal. Always remember to love one another. I hope you guys have an awesome, wonderful Wednesday. March 16th. And peace and blessings. Bye.